All my life, I've been interested in meeting and learning and reading about these people. So few do so well. Why is it? Well, the number one reason from a business point of view is that these people aim for the second gap in business. I won't take too long with this, but this is the kind of stuff that I go over at conferences. There are two gaps in business. First gap is for product or the service that you sell, plus the service that goes with what it is that you sell. Believe me, in every single market, with no exceptions whatsoever, this gap is full to capacity. If you have a product or a service, there's a very good chance, very high chance, that just about everybody else will have it too. Do not aim for this gap. This is what they do. These people fight in this gap. This is a highly contested, highly congested, price-driven gap. Okay. So you must aim for the second gap, and the second gap is for performance. Because that, whether we like it or not, that's what we're selling. We cannot sell what we charge for. We must sell more than we charge for. What does a restaurant sell? Just as a matter of interest, what does a restaurant sell? Food. First thing you think of, isn't it? But it can't be food, can it? Because if it was food, it would be the most expensive place in all the world to buy food. So what are they selling? What are we buying? Service. So we're going there to meet the staff, apparently. Experience. Just a pleasant experience. Don't complicate it. With the family, with friends, with business associates, what we buy, what they sell, is a pleasant experience. Yes or no? Very simple, isn't it? What do we get charged for on the way out? Food and drink. Therefore, it is imperative that every business and every business person understands you must sell more than you charge for. Otherwise, there's no value gap. Some businesses have no value gap. What does a bookstore sell? Books. What do they charge for? Books. No value gap. That's why people increasingly are buying books, DVDs, CDs on the internet. It's a piece of cake. And inexplicably, the service is better on the internet than it is in a bookstore. One of those things. The second gap is for performance. And this gap is absolutely wide open. Very few suppliers have the courage to get into this area. Remember the saying from history, fortune favors the brave. You've got to be good at this. You've got to be good at supplying product and service, but that cannot differentiate you. What differentiates you is that you go out of your way to sell performance. Bit by bit, day by day, month by month, you keep on contributing. That's the only reason Schwarzkopf achieved market leadership. We were up against giants. You've heard of L'Oreal and Weller, fabulous companies. Number one, number two in the world. They pretty much stuck to the first gap. They sold excellent products, they gave good service, technical support, and you name it and so forth. But our company not only did that, and did reasonably well in that area, our customers were salons and they needed more than product. I hope you can understand that. They were small to medium business people. They didn't simply need product. Buying product doesn't make you successful. They needed productivity. They needed ideas. So this area involves distribution. This area involves contribution. This is product. This is intelligence. Let me give you one simple example from life. One very simple example, because this is the same in every market. Take the product, an important product called superannuation. How many people in New Zealand have superannuation? Approximately, I don't know. Anybody know? In Australia, by the way, it's everyone. You know why? It's compulsory. But maybe it's less here. But a reasonable number of people have got it? Yes? How many people have enough? How many people have enough? What is this, a staring contest? If it is, I won, by the way. Now, in Australia, give you an example, superannuation is compulsory. Every Australian worker has superannuation. Everybody's got it. So if you were selling superannuation, you wouldn't go to market and say, oh, hi, we sell superannuation, can we have a talk? They say, no, thank you, got it. Second question, how many Australians have a sufficient amount of superannuation? Less than 8%. It's awful. So you've got two problems. Number one is the prevailing incumbent supplier is happy they've got the business and they do not go looking into this area, and many of them don't know how to do it. And the second factor is the customer himself, herself, they do not know how to analyze the situation with your product. They do not know how to get a better result with your product or service. And by the way, if they did, there'd be no need for you. You ever thought about that? If they knew how to get a better result with your product or service, there'd never be any need for you. Customers do not know how to analyze their situations. We're not analytical by nature. Two guys see each other. G'day, Dave. How are you? I don't know. I'll get a medical check and get back to you on Thursday. We never do things like that. What do we do? G'day, Dave. How are you? I'm fine, thank you. Next day, Dave drops dead. Then you say, not only is he dead, he's a liar. What do you mean? Well, I asked him yesterday and he said he was okay and now he's dead. So I'm glad he's dead. How often have you said to a couple, how about dinner Saturday night, just the four of us, and they said, sorry, can't, we're doing a complete analysis of all of our home insurances. They are not. Hence the reason so many people are underinsured. So, these people here, they are not good in this area, but they're getting better because they have to be good at this, but they must be getting better at this. This is it's a massive area. Oh, by the way, if you don't work in this will not expand. If we don't cause more productivity, the market will not expand. So now let me give you an insight into how they do it.